I'm Dakari Edie, and this is my Pecha Kucha on the Salem Witch Trials. The Salem Witch Trials were deeply entangled within the society and religious beliefs of Puritan New England, influencing the events that unfolded. Understanding Puritan beliefs, the social structure in Salem, and the background of previous witch hunts provides critical insight into the context of these trials. Puritans emphasized a strict moral code, fearing the influence of the devil in daily life. Their belief system revolved around predestination, sin, and the need for a community to uphold God's law, which led to an environment ripe for hysteria when faced with perceived threats. Salem society was marked by a rigid hierarchical structure, with a clear division between wealthy landowners and poorer villagers. This tension often fueled rivalries and mistrust, contributing to the rapid spread of accusation during these trials. Prior to the Salem witch trials, several European witch hunts set a precedent for fear and persecution. Notably, the European witch craze resulted in tens of thousands of executions, creating a climate of superstition that influenced American colonies. The Salem witch trials began in 1692 when several young girls in Salem Village claimed to be possessed and accused local women of witchcraft. The matter rapidly escalated, fueled by fear and superstition, leading to widespread paranoia in the community. Prominent figures included Abigail Williams and Betty Paris, the initial accusers, and key defendants like Rebecca Nurse and Tituba. Their testimonies and actions significantly influenced the trial's direction, reflecting the interplay of power and hysteria. Trials were marked by irregularities, including spectral evidence, where accusers claimed to see ghostly apparitions. The proceedings often lacked solid evidence, leading to a series of convictions and ultimately many executions, profoundly impacting the community. The Salem witch trials had profound effects on the community, influencing social dynamics, legal reforms, and cultural narratives. The trials serve as a historical warning about the consequences of hysteria and injustice. The trials caused significant divisions within Salem, pitting neighbor against neighbor and eroding trust. Many families were torn apart, while accusations often stemmed from personal vendettas, exacerbating existing tensions in the community. The aftermath of the trials left lasting scars on Salem, including a decline in population and economic instability. The fear and paranoia surrounding witchcraft hindered social cohesion for generations and led to changes in public perception of justice. The Salem witch trials prompted significant legal reforms, including the need for greater evidence in trials and the establishment of legal standards to protect the innocent. This shift marked a move toward modern legal principles, emphasizing due process. The Salem witch trials illustrate the dangers of bypassing due process, where accusations led to imprisonment and execution without sufficient evidence. Modern legal systems emphasize fair trials to prevent miscarriages of justice, ensuring that everyone is entitled to defend themselves against allegations. The Salem witch trials have profoundly influenced literature, media, and modern interpretations, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of hysteria and injustice. As for the overall effects, the witch trials serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of extremism and mob mentality. Their impact on societal and legal constructs remains relevant in discussions of justice and civil rights today. Fear can lead societies to make irrational decisions, evident in the intensity surrounding the Salem witch trials. Such panic results in scapegoating and unjust persecution, reminding us of the need for rational discourse and critical thinking during crisis. Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter outlines the idealism of the Puritan colony and the notions of witchcraft. He uses characters Hester Prynne and Pearl to emphasize the experience of women who were outcasted by society, reflective of the victims of the Salem Witch Trials. In The Scarlet Letter, there are many references in the book to assume that Pearl fits the criteria of a witch. She is often described as devilish. This is the mentality imposed by the Puritans that was reflected in the scrutiny of women during the trials. There was witchcraft in little Pearl's eyes, and her face, as she glanced upward at the minister, wore that naughty smile which made its expression frequently so elvish. The element of witchcraft in the Scarlet Letter merges subtle with the other elements of literary allegory to constitute an obtrusive but unmistakable satire on the Puritan aesthetic. The Salem Witch Trials highlight critical lessons on the importance of due process and the pervasive role of fear in society. The Scarlet Letter incorporates these ideas through the characters of Hester Prynne, who was banished from society for adultery, and her daughter Pearl, who was often described in the same manner that the women of the Salem Witch Trials were. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.